Welcome back to Exploration, where things are very different, although at the same time the same. A little bit of a different game today because we're not going to be playing as we usually do with hub towns and fealty. We didn't unlock fealty, and to be honest with you, I feel like really pushing the culture of this run. In order to do that, we kept the same mementos as last time, and we have gone Majabahit for a couple of reasons. Firstly, they have lots of specialists outside of your capital. We had 3 cities last time, so I think that's quite useful. They also have a revamped unique quarter, now giving 10% gold towards converting a town to a city. Small bonus, but one that is quite handy later in the game if you get a few of them. It also has a unique happiness building. So business is as usual. Make culture, enjoy culture, make happiness, enjoy happiness. How will we do that? Well, we didn't have any amphitheaters, and as much as I would like confederation, this is not the influence run. Instead, I'm going to be taking 1 diplomatic and 2 cultural attribute points. Master Caravana, it's fun, but I'm actually going to take the Silk Roads Golden Age, save me a little bit of gold at the beginning of this, and an economic point, 1 science point, and 2 expansion points. And today we are not going to change our capital. Why? Well, we've actually retained all 3 as cities, so we don't really need to. Now let's spend the points. Resources are really good for us, but I'm going to go for the production towards wonders. Very nice. And then the culture on settlements. We're going to befriend independence just a little bit easier, get ourselves a bit more gold per turn, make settlers better, as well as giving us some food on warehouse buildings. And why don't we then put science on our specialists? We do have quite a few specialists that should be rather entertaining. And as you can see, yields wise, science is about last. Culture, we are ranking near the top from turn 1. That is a very good sign. 7 settlements, a ton of culture. I am genuinely going to go and look overseas, see if we can find the world, the treasure, and go from there. Why does Borman have the cat bank? That's so many turns away. Annoying. Never mind. Spend a bit of early gold, just making some new units. I want to go and explore the world a little bit quicker than that. Resource-wise, Sildri is still by far the most productive city I have. It's also the cultural hub. So anything giving me culture goes into this settlement. Happiness, not a problem. That's what we're going to do today. I like to start with stone cutters if we can, especially if we can build over ageless or around ageless buildings. It gives a ton of production. Although JB Genius has a little bit of a lack of space, but no matter, because I have a plan. Fishing key goes here. That means I can then build on this tile, which is quite clearly a gold tile. Then I can build a wharf, one of these, which will mean that I can do something on this tile as well. Sound good? It's a genius plan that gives me 2 extra spaces, which is 4 extra buildings, as well as using some of the coast. Borman is going to do a very similar thing, except we've got to put the wharf there and the shipyard there. That'll give me 2 extra tiles. Again, that's a very nice gold tile. This is a very nice gold tile. How much for my next city? 1,000 gold. Well, in that case, instead of using hub towns today, I'm very tempted to use a different sort of town that I don't really use very often, the urban center. This gives 2 culture and science for every complete quarter in a town. Now, right now, that is 0, but this is cheap enough. So I will treat myself to a granary, then we'll make the quarter, and that'll actually give me the 2 science and culture, which is now being sent back. Excellent. Setek is going to do exactly the same thing. We can probably get 4, 6 science out of every town. It's a small amount, but it's a very good amount. Right, astronomy is next. And piety. I want a religion, but I want the temple. The temple is a happiness building. It's worth a ton of yields. Gold and science. Excellent. Better get that fishing key done. I wonder what city-states are going to be put on the map. There are 2 on my border. 3 if you count this scientific city-state. And actually, we want one of these because we want monasteries. Monasteries are incredibly powerful. It is 227 to befriend. Let's start that now. Also, there's still a culture government. We have to go for the culture government. I'm sorry, it's too good. It's just what we do. Now, explore the new world. We have a lot of settlement limit that can be used there. I wish to use it as quickly as I can. So piety has unlocked unlocked the temple. That is brilliant. Then we unlock the merchant quickly. If I get some trade routes up, we can become friendly with our neighbors once again. Rough seas. Ouch. I don't like that at all. Oh, tea right outside. I forgot to mention what resources we had because we have some treasure resources already. Chocolate gives happiness in towns. Sugar is food and happiness in cities. Rubies, gold in towns. Horses is combat strength. And furs, 10% gold when in celebration. That's a really good one because we are going to celebrate next turn. Speak of the devil, culture. 20% plus the extra 20% I get from being Himiko. Pop in commune and we'll be doing nicely indeed. The temple. Oh, the temple. Yes, I do need some adjacency here. Start building those ASAP. We're looking for multiple copies of treasure next to each other. That would be incredibly handy. We'll keep picking up happiness. There's some more treasure. Silver. Is any of it on my continent? Oh, it all counts as being on my continent. Amazing. I'm not going to be playing like that today. Hub towns we're going to try and avoid, but that is incredibly handy to know. 13 happiness on the temple. Of course, look at that adjacency. Plonk that down immediately. And enlightenment is already triggered. Now, this is my unique building from antiquity. This is the Indian quarter. And as you can see, because of all of my bonuses, my memento is currently giving 6 science to happiness buildings. And both of these count. This has 40.5. So we already have the first enlightenment. It's turn 6 and I haven't improved it at all. Amazing. Speaking of, let's unlock my next unique infrastructure. That would be very handy. Roma wants trade. Of course it does. They all want trade. But Ravenna is going to have trade first because it's got camels and I like camels. 2 treasure next to itself. Okay, here we go. This is good. 3 treasure. There's 3 treasure. 4 treasure. Okay. We need to get here as soon as possible. Is this going to be the game? Is this the actual game? Oh my lord, when we can get treasure resources in a timely fashion. I hope it is. I really do hope that it is. Astronomy. Serpent Mound, observatories, fleet commanders. Loads of brilliant stuff that we can unlock. We're working on these city-states quickly. They're expensive, but I think they are worth it. And I want to start thinking about going towards the happiness buildings. Unfortunately, they're quite far away. One is in architecture. Actually, that's the only one, isn't it? What about the influence buildings? The dungeon and the guild hall. Oh, the guild hall. Let's go for that. Cartography time. That helps me to settle abroad. Lafayette made a conquered city his capital. What a play. Wow, that's bold. Is this Ravenna? Definitely this tile needs to be Ravenna. It is. Start that trade route up. There is the spare camel. Our first temple is finished. What are we going to do today? Well, one thing I noticed for antiquity is that there were a lot of wonders around. So we're going to lean into that. I'm going to have 2 relics for a first time conversion of another civilization settlement with a wonder from any age. And we're going to double that up with 4 culture, gold, and science for every wonder in other civilization settlements. I'm thinking that'll be good yields on pretty much everything. Let's see if that transpires to be the case. Trade route with Wasset. Loads of fun stuff there, including some gypsum for some more production and jade for some more gold. Build 3 temples for a cultural point. I'm literally doing that, I think. Well, don't complain. Start spreading my religion immediately. 12 happiness temple. There's the 3rd one, so that will actually finish me a point on the culture tree. The wheel of cane next. Do I want to specialize you yet? I want 1 more tile here so that I can claim the cotton. Meru. Finished. A special district, by the way. 1/2 of it needs to be near natural wonders and mountains. The other is near coastal terrain and wonders. So it's a little fiddly, but I think in my capital, we want to put the first one there. Then we're going to go this tile for the second one and this tile for the 3rd. Quick dip into theology. I'd like the relic, but also the additional belief on my religion before anyone else picks one. And for 15 happiness and 7 culture on the first of the Maroot. There we go. Yes, I know I lose science every time I put one of these down, but it's worth it. It's so totally worth it. Improve trade relations and make the trade route another bunch of amazing stuff. Oh, we have too many resources. I think I can actually take out the relatively rubbish ones. There's theology. Missionaries have extra movement and spreads. And our enhancer belief, missionaries get 1 extra charge. Just helps you to spread a little bit better. Now, Tomb of Askia. I can unlock that. We can have a very, very productive capital. There is desert to build it. Okay, I think I'm just going to send my missionaries out immediately to spread around other people's lands before my own. Some good specialists. 5.5 science on a single tile there. Nice. There's the cultural attribute point. Culture from specialists. Now the yields will be incredibly high. In fact, we should have 3 copies of enlightenment once it all shakes out. It's 45 over there. 41, yeah, we will have 3 copies. It just needs to think about it for a second. 2 more treasure. My lord, this map is full of it. To start marking this, that is 1 settlement. That is a 2nd. That is a 3rd. That is a 4th. We'll have all the treasure we could ever need. Also, 380 culture per turn. We've already massively overshot what we need. Alliances. Let's just have a quick look. Do you all still hate each other? You do all still hate each other. That's fine. I'll take the alliances I can for as long as I can. And also an extra 20% culture. Spread religion. Start to pick up a lot of relics. We're going to need a lot of temples to house all these. Just calling it now. We will run out of space. Enlightenment. There it is. 3 points already. And the Tomb of Askia. Quick tip into the second part of my unique district. Sildri, go and treat yourself to this. It's such a good wonder, and I do have the desert tile for it, so we'll try and pick it up. Allies at war already? No, I'm staying neutral. Why? This age has only barely started. Why are we already fighting? Do we have to fight? I feel like we don't have to fight. City state bonus. Let's pick up the monastery. Now, this can be placed anywhere, but not next to a district, and it has happiness as well as science. We're going to keep an eye out for this. The more monasteries we can have, the better. Guilds. The guild hall, very cheap building, but it has influence, so I can build it quickly. 1 culture from a specialist, not in my capital. Very precise, but pretty decent, but I'm going to take trade wins for now. Another cultural attribute point. I don't know where these are all coming from, but sure, let's start taking repeatable culture. Up to 482 now. Oh no, scrap that. 489. Now to colonialism and El Escorial. 1 happiness for all settlements following my religion is very small, but I guess it is something that will stack nicely over the course of the run. There's the cotton. Oh, I have an excess of resources here. It's a distant land settlement. Huzzah! First thing you need to do is start to accumulate treasure. Don't worry, the fact that it's not even giving me treasure resources at the moment is not important. Tea itself gives 1 science and 1 production in cities, doubled in homelands. That's worth 6 of each at the moment. Very nice. We've built a fishing key. We'll go and get those spices, which gives influence in a bit. Ally with Lafayette. Are you still at war, Lafayette? You are. Sorry. No. Much as it pains me, we have to be just a little bit more restrained with our relationship. Religions popping up everywhere now. No matter. We can handle them. Starting to build quarters, though, in all of my towns. This increases the science and the culture, as well as sending more food back, because all of these buildings of course give me extra food. Company post, that's another option to put a unique improvement down. Again, not the most optimum choice, but I'm building a theme. Tomb of Askia. Every single resource in my capital now giving me golden production, as well as there being a bit more space. Excellent stuff. 59 production in this city now. Let's finish off my unique district, which would be lovely. Then we'll think about what to do next. Spices, done. -2 happiness in all settlements while quest is active, but I have to found 3 settlements. Oh, I like that. That's fun. Okay, we're about to found 1, but then we'll get 2 and 3 pretty quickly. Yeah, sure. Let's try it. What could be the worst thing to happen, eh? Let's give it a go. If we can build a El Escorial, that's going to give me 3 relic slots, which is amazing, but also +1 settlement limit. Oh, I like that wonder. It's one of my favorites. It really is, but I'm daft. Welcome to the party. Another source of tea. Oh, the science. It's so good. The culture. It gives me another space in my government. I like it when things just become nicely circular. Everything chips in. Specialists not in my capital gain culture. I like that. Reformation. I need to convert my own cities a little bit, but as you can see already, the yields start pretty good. And my second unique district is finished now. The poorer. Oh, it needs 1 specialist, and that would give me everything I need for another point in enlightenment. Lafayette has made peace with Hatshepsut. Okay, we'll start to form the alliances back up now. As long as there's peace, I feel a little bit happier about actually being allied to people. I just don't want to be drawn into other people's mess. I'm chill. I'm happy. I'm just doing my own thing. Grist mills, sawmills, both are good, but we are just treating ourselves to a couple of missionaries. Spread my religion around, gain a little bit more science. There's the next influence building. Independent being lured away. Oh no. Oh, they're luring them quickly as well. Fine, I will throw influence in here, but I really wish I didn't have to. Society. We're looking good. We're looking very, very good. More urban centers now. Get these popping up everywhere we can. I will spend some gold building nice, cheap warehouse buildings in all of these cities. I have 3 jade. Huh. I have 1 jade resource. That's an unusual quest. Fine. Okay, society gives me more settlement limit. As you can see, we have 1 settler going there. This one heading down here. That means we need 2 more, taking us to 11. I found the other side of the Pangaea, by the way. It's like a big donut, which does make me quite happy. House of Wisdom. Gain 3 relics. It's such a difficult one to build, that one, but if I can grab it, I will. Grab a 3 technology. Yeah, don't mind if I do. That's enlightenment finished. Look at that. Beautiful stuff. Just unique districts on Himiko. One of the many reasons why she is so ridiculously powerful. That is only turn 34. We'll continue to push out further. I'm sure we can get more if we need. We might briefly head over our settlement limit, but that's honestly fine. Widgets here with some actual treasure. Again, more tea. And here is giving me excellent military points. Frankincense Battle Sword. 1 migrant and 1 expansionist point for getting all those settlements down. Yay! 1 population in towns. Oh, I like that because it means I just have an opportunity to get all of the resources that I want. We have so much treasure. Not long until we can use it. Just need to unlock shipbuilding. More culture, you say? More culture. Rationalism, 200 science. My gold now, whilst I wait for my settlement limit to go up, is going to be spent on monasteries. These things have 4 science on them, which helps my weakest attribute, but also has happiness if that city follows my religion. And it definitely isn't bugged. And it definitely doesn't give you too much happiness. I'm sure about that. Hatshepsut is now rejecting my actions. That's no fun. I think that means that she might want to attack me. Through merchant. No matter, we'll charm her. That'll be the way to go. Remember, monasteries keep the yields of the tiles underneath them. It's just extra yields. So they're really, really good to put on top of mines because you keep the production. The Serpent Mound gives me influence and increases the monasteries even further as long as they are in my capital, which they kind of are. There we go. Settlement limit back up. No more penalty. Right. We need to continue settling amongst the treasure if we can find any more. There's always more treasure. There's always more if you look for it. I can actually confirm the happiness bug where you have multiple monasteries in the same city. That's now been patched. I imagine along with the bridge patch. Hey! Well, it's slightly disappointing, but at the same time is quite good to see. It was a bug. Everything's working now as it should. Excellent. Imperialism gives me more space for cities. I can see Hatshepsut is actually lurking around one of my settlements with an army, which I don't like. Widget is not there to be intimidated. Just want to point that out right now. VII and El Escorial. Wow. 2 really cool things next to each other there. Up to 13 settlement limit. I haven't really found anywhere that I want to settle, but I guess actually my capital could make use of this. Let's make 2 settlers. We don't need any more treasure, but what I can do is just settle around my capital and claim all of this space. There's some gold and there are still some camels. Both of those would be handy pickups in my nation. Oh, I won HUZZAH. I didn't think I'd get that. That's awesome. Culture buildings get culture or stonehead. Let's go for culture buildings get culture. I like the idea of having a silly amount of culture. 800 per turn now. Shipbuilding for the treasure. Look at that 9 adjacency tile for gold buildings. Yeah, that's what we want to see. Big gold producing island hubs. I'm also going to start buying temples on my island cities. Converting them. Just for some more military points. You know, anything that I can get, really. A lot of gold, though, is going to now be spent on temples. Temples give me culture. Temples give me happiness. Temples let me put down relics. And I have a few relics to go down. 9 of them to be exact. No other celebrations needed, by the way. We're just getting culture, culture, and more culture. Why change what isn't broken? Snot Potato is now a fishing town, and I'm Daft is an urban center, getting more science and food respectively. And the food is now starting to flood into the capital. Oh, that's a lot of treasure. To confirm, though, on a Pangaea map, it has to be island treasures. They're the only ones that count. Which kind of makes sense. Settlement number 12. Really settling up to Lafayette there. Might have ruined my alliance, towns, but we have a source of gold. So as you all know, it's totally worth it. That is my second source of gold. We should probably trade for a bit of more. I love the discount on buying buildings. Just makes your gold stretch so much further. It's amazing. And shipbuilding. Okay, how much treasure are we getting? 2 points, 4 points, 6 points, 8 points of treasure. That means we've got to survive 32 turns, plus whatever time it takes to get them back. It's okay, we can do that. Another settlement. Baradur. I want the camels. That's why we're settling here. More camels for Ursa. More production. Social class, another settlement limit. We are powering through this tree very quickly. In fact, Notre Dame would be an amazing pickup, because I don't believe my specialists have quite enough adjacency as it is. Well, that's a lie. I do think they do. They're pretty amazing. Stealing? No. Sovereignty. Only one civic away from future civic. Education means I can put another specialist in each tile. Amazing. University's pretty nice as well. Let's get that and a 3 relic from the mastery. It's not 3. I guess I have to pay for it in a way, but we don't think about that too hard. Another milestone. We need 4 more military points and like any treasure. We're going to do exactly the same thing we normally do, where we end up overshooting the edge so much that we don't get a single treasure point. Just calling it now. It always seems to happen that way. Sovereignty. Almost done with the civic tree now. In fact, I'm going to just pick up future civic. I haven't picked up all of Majba Hit stuff, to be honest with you. Some of it's just not very good. 2 culture and quarters isn't bad. I guess I should probably get that. Let's get that. Territorial claims. Oh, a nice amount of extra gold. More culture. More culture on this. We're not quite at the 1,000 per turn mark, but we're very close. Oh, my first treasure fleet. Thank goodness we're now generating these. I thought we'd be waiting for years and years and years. Nope. Here they all are. That's it. Relic's done. Finished. The plague. Oh, the plague is the worst one, but we can avoid minor outbreaks if we keep our religion around. All the more reason to keep on top of this. Doing my best. Basically, all of my gold goes into missionaries. It's kind of all I'm up to at the moment. Hello. What are all these cogs doing? You are allied to me. Okay, I don't have to worry about you attacking, but I'm still a bit curious as to what you're doing just hanging around here. Menagerie. Oh, we're so close to unlocking it. That's another happiness building, which means we can get all kinds of silly culture. I need some help with this. Why am I not able to put a wharf there? Is it because it has to be... I've just figured out. It's next to land, but it's not next to land I own. Right. That's why I can't put it there. Okay. I figured it out. Don't worry. Sometimes you just need to vocalize these things, and then it just makes sense. So if I were to do this, in theory, now I can place it over. Yes, I can. Silly Ursa. Never mind. We figured it out eventually. First treasure back and home, giving me an economic point. Take these for trade routes. A little bit of extra gold never hurt anyone. Oh no! Oh, it's a major outbreak in the Wheel of Gadenex. Get a physician in and see if we can go and fix this as soon as we can. First wave done. 8 points, loads of gold. Economically, that was fantastic. That's 1,000 culture, by the way. We've hit the mark. Excellent. Oh no, a plague literally appeared right over the top of Notre Dame as soon as I built it. Oh no. This isn't good. Right, let's just hope that Notre Dame survives this. Ouch. I lost a courser due to the plague. Oh yeah, whoops. Forgot to move them out. Never mind. Get another physician in and see if we can fix this as soon as we can. Look, it's not helping that you keep converting this settlement whilst I'm trying to, you know, not have it die of the plague. Could we just chill, please? Thank you. A culture point or an economic point. We're just going to keep taking the culture. Take another repeatable. 1,287. Yeah, let's go future civic. As soon as the plague starts to hit, you just sort of go, plague is okay, but plague is something that I would rather steamroll through. I'll keep making little islands. For now, there's silver. Follows my religion. Just need one more of those settlements. Speaking of, there it is. Let's just bring in my missionary immediately and just solve this. Look, more tea. Tea in Wales. Everything a growing settlement needs. Well, lost another courser due to the plague. I really need to learn to move my units out of plague cities. Why do I not? This is a very valid question. I don't know why I don't do that. Oh well, the worst of damage is now fixed. I've just spent 400 gold repairing it all. As soon as you move a physician in, the unrest stops and you can fix it. We've unlocked America. Oh, lovely. There you go. I always wanted it. And France, because we have so much wine. Okay, that's a decent specialist. 4 sound science, 9.5 culture, and 2.5 happiness. There is almost no downside to that at all. 88 yields on a single tile. Do I get like ultra large amounts of enlightenment points for having that many on a single tile? Probably not, but I always think it's worth asking. Forbidden City, again, this angle looks lovely. Ignore the other angle. The other angle is full of a lot of plague. We don't look in this direction. Every time anyone goes into the Forbidden City, people think, oh, is it because you can't go into the city because it's forbidden? Like you can't go in? No, it's just forbidden to look in that direction. Don't look at the city. Look in the other direction. The plague is not worth looking at in any way. Just don't do it. Really, really don't do it. I mean, just to put this run in perspective, we're not using hub towns. We're not using any optimum strategy whatsoever. We're just playing into a bit of a theme around High Shaman Himiko, and we are running away with this still. This is how powerful she is. She's so S tier. I find it really, really odd they decided to buff her. I think people got so blinded that Queen of War Himiko was, in theory, this meta pick, and they were so keen on like talking about that. They forgot to actually realize that, you know, she wasn't even the best one. It was always the other Himiko. That was the clever choice, the sensible secret choice. But now you know, and you can go and tell people. I think that's all the points. Yep. So we have maximized every point apart from treasure fleets, which I am now waiting on the spawn of. 1 turn left for the next batch. Ignore the fact that the plague is still going. Architecture. There's my menagerie. Going to build these as soon as we can. Culture, happiness, yields. Next batch, treasure. Back home you come. Borobudur. I didn't particularly need this wonder, I'll be honest with you, but it's fun. 2 food and happiness on all quarters. It basically makes specialists 3. Not quite, but at least the first one. Now I'm on 782 happiness, which means that I just keep hitting celebrations every turn immediately after one ends. It's brilliant. Happiness adjacency increase. Oh, that would be even better. You're just surrounding my city. You can't get in, you're my ally. It doesn't work like that. You have to play friendly. Treasure fleet point. We got a single point before the age finished. I can't tell you how rare that is. I mean, we had the perfect spawn and we're not going to get more than 1 point. It just, again, reiterates how difficult it is to actually win on treasure. It's so slow. Who's got the plague now? Funkelton. Don't you be having the plague. No, 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 no. You don't want that. That's the opposite of what we want. Oh, so close to that second economic point. But I have a feeling we're about to end the age before we can use it. Future Civic. White horse. Ah, here we go. As long as I have dungeons, I don't get hit now. Yes. We have dungeons everywhere because they give me influence. So I really rushed them. That's amazing. Well, that treasure's a long way away. 8 turns until you arrive home. You'll probably get there. I don't need to worry about escorting you. It's fine. Rebirth. That's it. Age is over and I have about 4,000 spare gold. Not ultimately sure what I want to be doing, but I'm just going to buy myself some useful and cheap unique improvements. Any single tile that can have a unique improvement on it will have one. The yields on them are exceptional and they will go through to the next stage really nicely. I'd like it if there were more unique improvements on coast tiles. I'm just putting it out there. That would be cool to see. Oh, I have time for one last settle. Oh, that's cute. Hey, Gooberville, welcome to the party. Means I can just pop one more temple in. Not that it really matters, but it makes me feel good, and that's the important thing. And you're connected to the coast now. You've given me silk. The capital needs silk to help the insane amount of culture, 240 culture just in this one city. And that's without any exploits. That is just genuine yield. Oh, Himiko, please, never change, never change. Ta-da! Himiko is really one of the most fun leaders to play. You think, oh no, minus 20% science, this is going to be such a detrimental thing for me. You don't notice it. Plus 40% culture, you do notice. You notice it so much. Man, if we'd just been able to delay the age a little bit, I would have actually got those treasure fleets, but I just wanted to get the legacies from the future age and the future tech and the future civic and that sort of thing. I couldn't bother to wait, so I didn't wait. It's just the sort of way I play. Remember, if you would play this differently, the turn 1 save file is always in Discord. Go and have a look. Show me what you can do. I'm always curious as to how other people play the same games as me, but until next time, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all later. Goodbye. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Kleben Ferdas, Poppy Dude, The Nickerman, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Toon General, Capo Yobby Virani, The Uncivil Engineer, Radiatore, Debo91, Mushkin Mandeltort, Pete, Dan Jamo, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Mixomatosis, MTG Golfman, Indigenous 68, Teddy Zursa, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Frankincense Battlezord, Geography Teacher, Juvara, Morax, Sinikush, Echo Bear, Deja Vu, Kovawoo, Legally Trash, Sorted Dutch, Rad Bickley, Shadow of Gaia, Bob Tway, Abstract Fun, Slither Alley, JB Genius, Arctic Fox, Eggshark, Bookaluk79. Thank you everyone for your support. Goodbye!